Tonight, before you go to bed, make an inspection tour of your icebox. How's that Pabst Blue Ribbon supply holding up? Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, "What did you have?" say, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." What else?
All set. We bought it.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, in the fucking flesh. We are doing this live today. We have a special edition of the Hello Harem podcast.
Neil.
You forgot Neil. You didn't.
No, Neil is the special edition.
Oh, he's new edition?
Yeah,
He's just the special
Neil
edition.
back in the fluff.
In the fluff.
In the fluff, doing what he does best.
His name is Neil. Neil Thundercock. I cannot believe I forgot that his last name was Thundercock.
Until we
watched that. And then I forgot again until we watched the compilation another time. And I was like, oh, his name's Neil Thundercock. Why is that?
How many episodes has it been since we've been in live?
When did we...
Was it like the 70s, 80s?
Since we've done it live?
Yeah.
No, 100.
What?
That was when... No,
Do you
when
mean
did we
live
switch to
consistently?
Discord? When
Yeah.
did we switch to Discord?
Oh,
Yeah.
when we switched to it being consistent. Fucking, I don't know, like... I left in April. No, mid-March, right?
Yeah. It was late March. It was late March.
Was it late March?
We do like...
There
we
was
do
7
1 a week.
months, 1 a week, 4 weeks in a month, 28 episodes.
So
It's
like,
about 80s.
Probably the
Yeah.
80s. It's been probably since
Yeah.
the 80s.
The great 80s.
Yeah, the Grady's.
Great
old
great
Grady's.
80s.
The Grady's.
The
then it all
Grady's.
went downhill.
Now life is nothing but something I just go through the motions for.
Well, now, ironically, the podcast is easier to do
And higher quality.
because we don't have... So before this, we were having so much trouble with these fucking mics. And
Well,
I'm sure...
not just the mics. Here's the rundown of everything that's wrong. We're missing a light. 2 cameras don't have proper mounts. Every single mic is a little bit fucked up.
Yeah.
And
So-
the typical Sony issue will happen.
Yeah.
They'll cut out soon. The Canon can film for 30 minutes.
So if you're wondering, to quote one of my favorite comments ever, this might be the worst sounding podcast you've ever listened to.
It's just the good old days where like an hour and a half long podcast
Turned into like
takes
3.
like 3.
3 hours to record, and it's not our fault in the slightest.
No. Well, equipment wise, because we kind of have it. You know.
Okay, well,
That's not our fault.
the Sonys shouldn't overheat like that. That's a Sony issue.
That is
That's
a
true.
Sony issue.
That's
I
true.
wish the Canon could consistently film, but it doesn't.
I think the mics are the only thing that we can take blame for because they're cheap.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the cheap
They are
mics.
cheap mics, and that's just how it is. That just be how it be, though.
Yeah.
It do be how it be.
That is how it
That it
is.
do be.
That is how it do be.
It do be.
Yeah, it
Scooby
be.
Dooby be like that.
Scooby
It's Scooby Dooby Dooby like
It's
that.
Scooby Dooby like that.
So I'm just going to kick it off. How was everyone's week?
I knew you were gonna fucking ask that. I knew you were gonna ask that. It's the same answer every goddamn week. Boring.
Well, this time you had to drive 9 hours north.
I am tired. I'm very tired. If I curse a lot in this episode, I apologize. I'm gonna try my best to keep as mentally competent as possible. It might not work. Yesterday I woke up at 6:15, went to work, worked 8 hours, got back to my apartment at around 4, showered, ate a giant tub of spaghetti because it was going to go bad if I didn't. Went to the store and bought this guy some onigiri and some tea for that guy. And then drove 9 hours home, got in at 1:30 in the morning, went to sleep at 2, woke up at 7 to do more work, and have been not napped all
Just
day.
running around.
I've done nothing all day but shit.
I'll have you know I might have had it a little worse. So I got home from work today at my usual time, did my gym stuff. I sat on my computer and watched an Abroad Japan video. And as I tried to nap, Finn's barking woke me up.
Finn barking?
Dude,
Finn doesn't shut the fuck up.
I'm so sorry for you. I didn't realize you had it that
I know,
bad, man.
I know.
You know, I had it
sympathize
way
with.
worse. Let me
What?
tell
What do you have to
what
say?
happened
You
me.
say your stupid shit now.
So I got up at 5:30 on the dot, right?
Okay.
Went downstairs, got ready for work, left
Alright.
for work, had an average work day. There was pizza. Got home, went to the gym, showered, took a little nap uninterrupted. Now I'm here.
You had pizza at work, and you're gonna have the
Not
audacity.
only did we have pizza at work, there were donuts this morning.
And you have the audacity to say, "I might have had a little."
Can I
listen."
just chime in with the donut thing real quick?
What?
They suck.
Okay, yeah, Dave.
Where were they
doesn't
from?
Like a Giant Eagle Bakery.
Oh, that's bullshit. They should get Krispy Kreme. That's the shit.
They're trash donuts.
Dave does not get the greatest donuts.
I mean, I guess they're free.
So I really don't have room to complain.
What
like,
level?
Free donut is good.
Yeah, where's the complaint really? You're getting a free donut.
But you know, if you get something free enough, you get complacent with it. You
Yeah.
stop appreciating what it is.
So I think
That's
you
true.
should bring in Burger King one day.
French toast sticks for everybody.
Yes, dude, that would fucking bop.
When people bring donuts in to work, they're always Krispy Kreme.
Do you grab one or two?
Usually two, because there's not that many people in my
Okay,
group.
okay, I do too as well.
After the game at
There's-
Krispy Kreme. I did one donut today.
Bitch.
They usually get 24 donuts. Not everybody has a donut. There's 9 people, 10 people in my group total. And not everyone grabs a donut. 24. You do the fucking math on how many
That's a lot of
donuts are
extra
left
donuts.
over.
Can you take any home?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Do you?
You can probably
I
take a whole
haven't.
fucking box.
I can't take a whole box because there's glazed and there's mixed donuts. So obviously people take different things.
Well, you
So
could-
I'll
you could
usually
consolidate the donuts
I'll
in one
usually
box.
grab a nice glazed donut,
Nice.
glazed donut, and then
Glazed.
I go for a cream filled donut if I can. But those sell like a hot commodity.
Are
obviously,
Krispy Kreme green-filled donuts like Long John style or Round John style?
they're Round John style.
Round John style.
I like both, personally.
We'll say
I also
the
like
greatest donut Krispy Kreme has is just the glaze.
the
it is
glaze
the glaze.
smacks so
It's
fucking hard.
they do
dude.
something with it that's just fucking amazing.
A hot dozen glazed donuts. Fucking the best thing in the world.
Call me crazy, but I kind of like when they're cooled down a little bit and it creates this glazed shell.
Yeah,
I like the look of the glazed shell. I'd rather eat it hot,
dude. So Krispy Kreme makes a bussin' glazed donut,
obviously.
but the greatest glazed donut you will ever eat is in North Carolina. There's a shop that has been around for quite literally 100 years. They make one single donut, and that is the glazed donut. They are $1. You can order as many as you want. It's on the beach at Carolina Beach. I forget the fucking name of this place.
That's the most important part.
I could probably find it if I got on my phone.
Here's the location. I don't know the name of it though. Screw
It's
YouTube.
right on the beach, and it's just when you and you like it's so you walk down like this little I guess like little tiny street where cars don't go but people walk, you know, that type of street. And on your left there's like it's one of those ones with like an open face, like you just walk through like a garage door and you just see the whole place. There's a bar with like stools like these kind of, but they're just the round ones, and it just takes you back to like 1940. And you just say, hey, I want 3 donuts. And she's like, got it, $3. And they just bring it out piping hot. Oh my God. The greatest glazed donut I've ever had.
I've never had a. When you say piping hot, are you insinuating that the glaze is still dripping?
Slightly.
Have you ever had dripping glazed donuts?
No, I was
before?
going to say I never
It's
had.
like
It's
changing.
so good. It's so much better than a cool glazed
See,
donut.
like you're probably imagining in your head. You imagine like kind of like a soggy donut.
No, just like the glaze runs and kind of drips off a little
A
bit.
little bit.
a little bit. It's really sticky. That's the only downside
Yeah.
to it. But other than that, it tastes so much better than a cooled down.
Yeah, but like
glazed donut.
a warm donut.
Oh my
Holy
God.
fuck, man.
A nice warm donut and some coffee in the morning.
See, I go milk, but
A milk.
that's just me.
You can go milk, but in the morning you get a nice cup of coffee with some donut.
Not at our work. Our coffee sucks.
Well, yeah, your
I don't
coffee.
get it.
It's bad.
I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, so I don't worry about it.
At
And I had
3.
it before I leave.
I had 3 today.
I drink my my energy drinks every day.
Those are expensive. Coffee's free. That's
Unfortunately, they are expensive. It's like $3.
Jesus Christ.
why. All right, we're back. You know,
Normal every
God, it
day.
really feels nostalgic having the Sony's fucking cut out.
Well, not just the Sony, the Canon also died.
Well, that's like a battery will die.
It was
you know?
just it was good timing because the Sony went bloop. And then we looked over at the cameras, and the Canon's like, hey, I'm dead. I'm dead, guys.
Help. Help.
So if you guys didn't miss this, well, you're in luck because it'll happen again for Thanksgiving and then for Christmas and then for New Year's.
So you got like 4 more episodes of seeing this.
3 more episodes this year of this.
I thought you weren't coming up for one of those dates.
Whoa.
I don't know. I thought I heard you say you weren't coming up for one of those.
I wasn't going to come up for this.
Oh, that might have been what it was.
No, I have to come for Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving dinner, and then we're going to Boston.
Yeah.
Did we decide Boston?
I thought we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
because
cool
we
with
want to take like an extra long weekend to do New York and
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey. So like just some random weekend, we'll just take a long weekend.
Big
and
Boston going to see Big Massachusetts.
Big Boston. You know
What
I mean?
number is Massachusetts?
I don't know why I want to
It's
say.
a South Dakota class, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to say 45, but I know that's not right.
My first thought was 64. I'm like, nah, that's big whiskey.
59.
59.
59. I almost said 53.
I knew 45 wasn't right, but I wanted to say, like when you know something's not right, but that's the number you want to say.
Yeah.
Who is 45? BB 45. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Colorado. That's not even close to the.
Yeah.
All right, Colorado.
That's a little
Yeah,
far.
You know how we be. What were we saying right before the cameras finally cut
We were
out?
probably talking. We're talking about a lot about donuts and coffee.
Coffee, yeah. 'cause-
Oh yeah, and how expensive your Red Bulls are, and then Eddie drinks like 4 cups of coffee a
Yeah.
day.
Well, I think I told you, I have this story about taco.
I have a lot of stories about taco.
Well, this was my first experience with this, so you have to tell me if he's done it to you. I told Luke and Jay and Devin when we were playing Euro Truck.
All right.
So I'm in the bathroom. I often go to the bathroom and sit in the stall and don't do anything just to
Yeah.
get away.
Right.
And I get in there. Taco walks in, and for somehow he knows it's me. He's like, "Hey, muscle man." I'm like, "How do you know it's me?" Like
Probably tell from your shoes.
Yeah.
he's able to tell quick, man. He picks up on
He
small
probably saw your
details.
shoes.
Fuck. So anyway, he walks in. He's like, "Hey, muscle man." I'm like, "What's up, Taco?" Because I don't want to talk to anyone when I'm on the stall. I don't care if I'm not doing anything. I just don't want to say a word when I'm in the stall.
I get it.
So he plops down right next to me, and he's like, "Hey, muscle man." I'm like, "What's up, Taco?" He's like, "You want to see some pussy?" I'm like,
Jesus.
"What?" I'm like, "Dude, we're in the bathroom. What?" And so obviously in American stalls you have like a 6-foot gap below where somebody can just like slide in.
It's as tall as
It's
me.
taller than me.
It's as tall as me.
So it's an exaggeration, but not quite. They're big. The
It
gaps below them
shouldn't
are
be there
big.
either.
Yeah. But anyway, he puts his phone down and there's a picture of a nude from Taco, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to see that." He's like, "You want another?" I'm like, "No, Taco, I really don't. Like, I'm good." I'm like, "You're crazy." I literally called him like, "You are crazy." And he showed me another one, and I'm like, "Dude, we're in the fucking stall.
That's
What are you
sexual
doing?"
harassment.
I'm like, "Stop."
That is pure sexual harassment.
So I'm like,
you just admitted you've been sexually harassed at work.
I did
It's
it
like
my
the second time.
I did at my old job too, but that's another story, I guess. Anyway, so I left. I was like, "Oh my god, Taco, you are something else, dude."
Muscle man.
I was like, "Oh my god." It was like 7:30 in the morning. I'm still groggy. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
You want to see some pussy?
Hey, muscle man. Like, Taco's nice.
He's built different though.
Dude, he's fucking weird. Taco is a weird motherfucker.
Every story I hear about Taco, I can only think this man is built so fucking different. It's not even funny.
He's wild.
It's
that
fucked
Taco.
up. It's fucked up. What the fuck is he thinking ever?
I don't
Is there ever a thought going through his head, or does he just say things?
I don't know.
I think he just says things.
I know I do. I just say things all the time.
I don't say anything at work.
Oh, I do have something really funny. So I was leaving my boy Ruggles' house. Fucking great man. Beautiful man.
Ruggles is great.
Yeah.
And
Shouts Ruggles.
his dad was on the phone with one of his like old friends, and he was gonna give me a hug. So he was like, "Hey, give me 2 seconds." And on the phone, you just hear his friend go, "Oh, you're gonna go have sex real fast." And I laughed so hard because it was like didn't miss a beat. He was going for the kill instantly. He was waiting. It's like he waited his whole life for the opportunity for someone to say, "Give me a second," just to respond with that. I was like, that is so fucking good, dude.
Oh, you're gonna have sex real fast.
You know what I appreciate about like people like 40 and above? They have over time they've accumulated knowledge and experience, right?
Knowledge.
And they're just, some of them are just so fucking witty.
I know.
I wish I was that witty.
I'd be nice.
It's because they grew up in a time where like jokes like that were just made and nobody thought about it. Now it's like you try to make that joke to someone, you could get called for sexual harassment.
Well, like
left
for
and right.
for a friend, like if I was on the phone with you and you were like, "Hey, give me a second," I'd be like, "Oh yeah, all right." It wouldn't even occur to me to say, "Huh, you gonna go have sex real quick?"
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's probably because he probably got hit with that at one point.
Yeah, and now I know about it.
Now
so
I know about it and I can hit people with
It's
it.
gonna
Yeah.
be in the back of my mind.
But like you don't just hear that anywhere. Like people don't just make those jokes all the time anymore. You have to be in a certain place at a certain time to hear a joke like that anymore. No one just
Yeah, it's
bam
a
right
dying
off,
art.
right out from rip.
It's a dying art.
Especially if you're in person, like at work, where someone could just make that joke real fast to you, they'd get fucking
Oh, yeah.
so
I
much
got
trouble.
a funny work
Go
story.
to HR.
It happened today actually. So we went on break at like 9 o'clock, and right by where I am, there's this big bay door. So we opened it, and I went out there because the parking lot's right there. I don't want to walk all the way around just to get to the cart. And there's this one guy who always bitches about the door being open because it's cold and it brings in the cold air, so I understand. So the forklift guy is standing there because he goes on break at a different time, and the door was open, and the other guy walks over and is like, "Who opened this fucking door?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know." So this is forklift guy and the other dude getting into it.
Oh.
And so forklift guy he doesn't take shit. He's like short.
He drives a forklift, dude. He doesn't have to.
He's a
take shit.
badass.
He's cool. He's a
a
cool
badass.
guy,
He
but
doesn't
like
have
he
to
does
take
not
shit.
take shit from like anyone or anything. He's feisty. He's a hot tamale. He really is.
All right.
So and the other guy is also like pretty feisty. He likes to kind of have things his way, and they're butting heads and into it. And one guy says to forklift guy, "I'm gonna fucking knock you out." And forklift guy leans in, taps his face, and goes, "Fucking do it, then." And he's like, "I'm gonna get your ass fired." And he's like, "All right, let's go." And they both went into like one of the boss's office, and they settled it. They shook hands like gentlemen.
Really?
They
That's
they
surprising.
squashed the beef.
That is surprising.
But I was like, I get back from break, and he's telling me like, "Yeah, me and this guy got into it." I'm like, "Well, what happened?" He tells me the story, and I'm like, "You fucking leaned in and said, 'Hit me in the fucking face.'" And the thing is, usually that would kind of come off as like an embellishment for some people, but for him, I totally believe it. I 100% believe that he would say that.
He would take the heat.
Yeah, I think he would do it 100%.
Shit, I would say it. That gets the other guy fired. Fuck him. He's out of my hair.
Yeah.
All I have to do is get hit in the face and I get another guy fired.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that trade deal.
But it's
every
like you don't
day.
really get anything out of it, you know?
You get a guy that stops bitching about the bay door.
I'll bitch about the bay door occasionally.
It was cold.
It can be
It
cold all
brings
you
in
want.
the cold air.
It can be cold all you want.
But like you don't get like a stipend or anything. You just get like a maybe dislocated jaw, and then that guy doesn't work there anymore.
I don't know. It depends on how hard he hits you. If he can punch,
I feel like you can't punch that hard.
probably not.
But still, like a punch in the face is a punch in the face.
You
You
get a
know?
little bit of an ouchie oof, but
Yeah.
after that,
Either
like,
way, I
okay.
thought the altercation was pretty comical.
That'd be
It
funny.
made my
I
Friday
wish-
a little better.
I'd love to see that.
that's pretty savage trademark.
High key.
Highest of key.
Should we get an animation of the week?
We can. We'll do it.
Why are you looking at me? It's yours.
Yeah.
Engaging the room.
For what?
It's on you, dude.
All right, so for this week's anime of the week, I am choosing a show that just finished airing last season that I believe needs more attention. And this is probably not the podcast to give it more attention, but I'm going to say it anyway. And that is Shine Post.
Ooh.
Shine Post is an idol anime. And I know a lot of people, when they hear idol anime, they might not be into that. So I'm going to say give it a chance.
Sorry, I know that it's rude for me to be texting right now.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I'm home. I'm in town. I have someone else that's out of town that's in town. You ask me questions. I'm talking. I'm just
All right,
responding.
It's cool.
Sorry. I apologize. I apologized on camera. Everybody, I'm sorry. All
Luke,
right.
you
Keep
need
going.
to apologize to Rio-sama.
Don't make me do it, please.
So either way, I think that we all collectively agree that aside from Love Live, this is probably the best idol show we've seen. And it just kind of flew under the radar, which is very unfortunate. So the story starts with our girl, Haru, and she joins this idol group at, what the fuck is their agency called? Like Bright Star or something?
Blue something, I thought.
I don't know.
They're at this agency, and they form an idol group called Tings. It's a small group, and they're just starting to get their feet wet, and they're working hard on gaining a following, but they're given a task. They have to fill the Sun Plaza.
Sunshine. I don't know. Sun Plaza. It's like a 2,000 sheet
Yeah,
venue.
they have to fill this venue, or else they're disbanded.
Not gonna Sun Plaza.
Not gonna Sun Plaza. So they have to fill this venue, or else they're disbanded. And basically, the show is just them working harder and trying to get this filled. Did they do it? Watch and find out. But the things about the show that really stuck out were the animation looked like hentai, which is not a bad thing. I liked it.
It's just weird.
It was nice.
Wait, I don't. Okay.
Do you
It
not
was-
agree? Did it not
it
look
was
like a
nice.
hentai?
No, I'm saying it did. It like for sure did.
Okay.
Just didn't make it nicer.
Yeah,
it
I
just
don't
looked
think-
like
it didn't
one.
make it bad.
I don't think I was like gonna be ruined if the show didn't look like hentai.
I also didn't pick up on it until you said it.
Yeah, I didn't
was,
either.
Dude, I was watching it, and the whole time I stared. I was like, "Am I watching hentai?" And then I looked. I was like,
Something's
"This isn't hentai.
something's gonna happen here.
It's not a hentai studio. Why does this look like hentai?"
They just have a knack for it, I guess. Point number 2, the characters were very awesome. We had Haru, Rio-sama, and Discount Katori. Well, all right, let me phrase that. We had Rio-sama, Discount Orange Hair main protagonist in all of Love Live, and Discount Katori,
Plus discount Maki
plus Discount
Yeah.
Maki
and short Umi.
and Short Umi, who was mildly a Ruby.
Mildly a Ruby, but also kind of a Nico.
What about a roomie?
a Rumiko.
A Rumiko!
Rumiko.
You just pogged so hard, dude. I hope when we go back and like you guys edit this, can you see if you actually pogged?
Yeah.
'Cause
What's
that,
the timestamp for it?
Like
22
20,
minutes.
22.
it looked like you actually genuinely pogged. Like you went, I was like, oh shit, dude. Alex just pogged.
Haru was super based. She was always in a good mood. She was like the cheerful one all the time.
She was the shine post.
She was the
shine
chica.
post. She was. Discount Katori made some pretty epic jokes that flew over everybody's head.
Dee-dee-dee.
And Rio-sama made like 3 cute anime girl noises, trademark,
Consistently.
consistently.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Cute anime noises.
On top of that, the other 2 characters who were mildly not main characters but were at the same point, they were pretty epic. Mojimi was based.
Mojimi was based.
Discount Maki was also pretty based.
She was pretty based.
And Manager Kun,
He was cool.
he was awesome.
liked
He
him.
was cool. I liked him.
Yeah, I
He
did too.
vibed.
So all the characters really like pulled. I think they pulled the show together. It was so pleasant to watch.
All of them except Discount Chica's childhood friend. She was a fucking cunt.
She sucked.
She sucked bad.
You gotta
But-
throw one bad character in.
Yeah,
You can throw one bad character and all you want. She fucking sucked, man.
but I don't know exactly what it was about this show, whether it was the story, the characters, that made me like it so much. Because this was like probably easily my top 5 of that season, maybe even higher. I'd have to go look at more of the shows, but that was like every week I was like, fuck yes, it's Shine Post Tuesday.
Shine Post Tuesday was my favorite day of the week.
It
by
was
far.
it was fantastic.
It's just hard because summer was really mid. So like,
Yeah, I mean that doesn't makes it easier, honestly.
it does make it easier. But saying that it was your favorite of the season,
Oh, okay, so
it does
I mean,
lose something. You
I
know?
watched like
I'm not-
18 shows.
I know.
Well,
I'm not discounting what you're saying. I'm just saying Summer was mid.
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't give justice to the show. Is what I'm trying to say.
This show should have been this season because it was so good. It belongs in a better season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not discounting your comment by any means. I'm just saying that like Summer was mid. Saying it was top 5 of Summer doesn't really give justice to the show.
I think one thing that made this show kind of stick out to the people that did watch it was it wasn't anything. The whole story as a whole was not grand. It was just another Idol anime, but it was the combination of little things that they did in the show that made it spectacular. Like in episode, I think it was like 1, you notice when they dance, they are out of sync. And like you see that before they even point it out in the show, and you notice it. You're like, holy shit! And then they point it out, and you're like, holy crap! Like they did that for a reason. Like everything was very meticulous and done for a reason with this show.
There's only one thing I didn't like, and that was that they just didn't really do anything with the fact that Manager San had some supernatural power.
You could see.
He could see
whether or
when
not they were
people
shining.
lied. He could
Yeah,
just-
they really didn't do
they didn't
shit
do
with
shit
that.
with that. He was just like, oh, they're
She's
lying.
shining.
I know what to do now. It's like, how do you know what to do? They
Yeah.
just lied.
It's like, oh, she actually wants to be a shine post.
Like, all right, that helps, but are you going to do anything with it? He's like, let's make her the lead now. It's like, what the fuck does that do? You just told us that she's lying.
Good job, jackass. She ran to a restaurant to get a burger. Now she's crying.
Also, he could have just been like overly aggressive with them at times and been like, are you sure that's not what you want? And then they would have told the truth and it would have just been, fine. He could have just doubled down on what he said. Instead, he's just like, oh, she's lying. I'm going to be complacent now. It's like, what the fuck? What kind of reaction
He maybe
is that?
wanted them to figure it out themselves, grow as people.
Maybe, but, the rest of them can't see when people lie.
Yeah, so it's
It's not
kinda-
something people can just do.
I liked how the group started from quite literally the bottom of the barrel.
I do, too.
Yeah.
And
That's
it
yeah,
didn't
good.
turn into like I love Love Live, but it feels so over the top with a lot of the things when it comes to like the idol group.
Like the whole school supports
The whole
them.
the whole school supports them. The city fucking supports them. They
Yeah.
have banners and
The student council president is against school idols and then ends up becoming one.
that's just Love Live. But if like they started small, they worked their way up, they grew a fan base, and then their big event was quite literally like, I'm not gonna say a small event, but it was not on the scale of like a Love Live or a Budokan.
Yeah, I was about to say what's their nuts? The other Harem, they had filled the Budokan,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Like they literally filled,
consistently.
Yeah, when that's what, like tens of thousands of people in a stadium to watch fucking idols.
Yeah.
I'd be one of those people. I'm not talking shit about. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd be there, but
Tens of thousands of people going to a stadium just to watch some idols sing.
Yeah.
compared to their 2000, that was their grand event. I liked the smaller scale of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to get a season 2, dude. They have to fight Harem.
Yeah, they have to
Yeah.
do a idol battle, like
Idol-
Akiba made war, but idol.
Except
made
not
war.
like Akiba made war at all. Not even close to similar.
It's Idol Hero.
Idol hero.
Yeah.
So, this show was great. I do suggest that you check it out. It was.
How many
it-
Ryo-sama cute noises do you give it out of 10?
Can I do green peppers instead?
Yeah, how many green peppers out of 10 do you get?
Yeah, fine.
I give this 8.5 green peppers.
Nice.
8.5 green.
That's a solid green pepper moment.
It's a
that
good
is
green
a-
pepper. Except Ryo-sama hates green peppers.
I like green peppers.
I enjoy
fuck
green
with green
peppers.
peppers.
I fuck with green peppers.
She's
Why-
right. They're a little bitter.
But you know what? That makes us a perfect couple because I'll eat all of her green peppers. There we go. She's mine now, idiots.
You know what we
Fucking-
hate, though?
We fucking hate carrots.
Carrots.
No
Fuck
carrots.
We
it,
don't
no.
like carrots.
Anti-carrots.
Borf.
I mean, since we're kind of on the topic of this season now, I was on the Mekon page earlier this week, and I was like, me and Anthony always do like engagement shit, and I was on it this week, and I went on Crunchyroll's post, and there was a Chainsaw Man post. So I was just browsing through, and for a majority, the comments were positive towards the show, but like as I got lower, bro, people either love this show or just want to hate it for fun. Have you noticed that?
No.
I mean, that's how anything popular is. People just like to hate things just to hate them.
Like, I mean, I probably comment like I was just kind of in an asshole mood, and I would comment like this dude, this dude hates Chainsaw Man just because it's popular, and I would put like some like emoji like ooh,
Like the
Like
smoke
that.
blowing out of the nose.
yeah, and I did that to probably about 10 people. I was like, if this dude hates it just because it's popular, like I bet you can't name a thing wrong with that fucking show. All right,
I mean, other than if you just don't like it,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
But-
You don't have to like the
yeah,
show.
but like, and I know this is stupid, this is a dumb thing to say, but like, why go through the trouble of commenting on a post about the show if you don't care for it in the first place?
I mean, that is a dumb thing to say because it's a dumb thing to do, but
Yeah,
people do it anyway.
but people do it anyway. I know it was kind of a rhetorical question, but it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know why. I just didn't expect to see anything negative about this show.
Well, that's on you.
What were
I know.
do you remember any of the comments?
One guy just put, he's like, this show is actually garbage, and he put like a garbage can emoji.
What if he's trolling just like how I did when I said Chainsaw Man's mid? What if it's just all trolling?
I don't know, because some people were like kind of getting into it. There'd be a comment thread, and the guy was like, this is the worst show of the season. I'm like, okay, you're actually an incel, and you don't know anything.
Yeah, that's
Like-
not just a hot take. That's just like blatantly wrong.
Yeah, like it's one thing to not like the show. If you don't like the show, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect
Was it
how I
this-
watch it.
Was it this picture of Denji?
Yes, it was
This
that one.
All right, let me
if,
see.
If you consistently
Oh,
scroll,
hey, there it is.
Yeah,
The anime starts with sadness. All
okay,
right,
that's
that
there was
one's
like something
fine.
about like the show
You
itself.
said Big Mommy Milker. I can see all of your replies. I'm following you.
Yeah,
Is any good man it does.
Why were you? I think like the number one rule of social media is not to engage negatively with a lot of people because those people are kind of dumb. They're
yeah,
kind of idiots.
Yeah, I knew that.
Why did you engage in negative activity with these people?
I was just in a mood, It was just like,
Bad story, bad anime. Dude's mad it's popular.
yeah. I said shit like that. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just
Did
kind
you
of
go
on
back
one.
and forth with them, or was it just a one and done?
Nobody
even
replied,
responded to
yeah.
him. That was the only one you responded to.
Oh, I thought there were a couple more in there, but maybe it was on something
unless
else.
it's not. Oh wait, it's not loading him. This just says trash. You said dude's mad it's popular. No one replied.
Yeah, like no one replied.
There's
So-
hidden comments. What?
So I don't know, like, unless they couldn't tell me why it was bad, then I kind of
Maybe they're just clout searching.
I think
maybe
they're trolling you, dude. I think you actually got trolled.
I didn't do it because I was like, what the fuck? I got a keyboard that I knew if they were trolling or not. Like I didn't do it out of like, oh, I need to tell them they suck. I did it like, oh, this is gonna be fun. It wasn't like a serious thing.
I love Denji. He just like me.
There were a
Same.
lot of those.
Same.
Everyone's like boobs, mocking my boobs.
Now it's power boobs and
God, I love Power so fucking
Power's fucking
much,
awesome.
dude.
Power's
I
based.
love her so goddamn
She's fucking
much.
sweet. She's got the like.
Oh my god,
Her
this
sneaks, the
her
foams.
foam's on point.
Yeah.
this week's episode, I was dead silent, like jaw dropped during the whole fucking fight. Once he said it's chaining time and then chained that
chained
guy,
everywhere, yeah.
mouth open. I was just like, why was this animated so well, but the first episode looked like dog? What is this?
That it was amazing.
I was so mad the first episode. I was like, this is like unacceptable how framey it is right now. And then that episode, I'm like, this is fucking beautiful. What the hell is this?
It was nice.
That's my only complaint I've had for Chainsaw Man was that first fucking episode when he was chaining.
But like story, he chainsawed everywhere, but not everywhere.
Man, I really don't like how the renting girlfriend bit is just making its
It's not
way
even
into
the
everyday
it's
life.
the Morbius bit. I like that you so mentally detached it from Morbius.
It went
You
from
don't
Morbius to rent a girlfriend, and now we're chaining all over the place.
You
Like,
don't even give credit to the right thing that started.
I watched. We tried to watch Morbius one night. I think we made it 17 minutes in, turned it off, and then watched Willy's
Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland.
with Nick Cage.
You weren't enjoying.
No, it was fucking bad.
You weren't enjoying.
I mean,
It was really bad.
I think I would have finished it, but everyone else was like, "Dude, no," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool with it." Willy's Wonderland was entertaining.
I feel like I have to watch Morbius just to get through it. If I've had to sit down and watch, I think you should leave for a full fucking episode. I think I can make it through Morbius.
I haven't, You know, I said I was going to finish the show every episode. I
Mhm.
haven't done that yet.
Why would you do that?
Just because
Watching one episode
think,
was
like,
hard.
I want to watch everything, and if I laugh, you guys have the right to just beat the shit out of me.
You know, it's hard when you say that because something's gonna catch you off guard. Once.
Right, yeah.
Once,
Dude,
That's
dude.
all it takes is one thing. To
I don't
catch
know
you
though.
Off guard.
Like I've seen a good portion of the first season. I think I've seen probably 8 episodes.
I'll make a stipulation. If you laugh at a joke, if they say like balls and you laugh at balls, I don't think that should count because balls is
okay,
just
that's
funny no
funny,
matter
yeah,
what.
yeah.
That's just genuinely funny. That's not a joke they made. They just said balls.
Or like,
Out of the 8 episodes that I watched, my God, was it just abysmal. Every second. And if I did laugh, it was at like, holy fuck, this is happening right now.
You know, we were quoting it for so long. I cannot remember a single line from that episode we watched
I
other
don't
than when
care
he was
to.
in a banana
It was
suit.
in the hot dog suit.
I like to compare that show to like YouTube You Laugh You Lose. You know, where they're painfully unfunny. They're very unfunny.
And then they catch you with the one that's actually funny,
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
That happened to me. We were doing one at Matt's.
Wait, the if you laugh, you lose, or I think you should leave?
If you laugh, you lose.
Okay, I think that's more acceptable than laughing.
It
I
is
think you
because
should
they
leave.
mix in some funny shit, and then they mix in all the cringe.
Yeah, but like a
ones.
majority of them suck.
They do. That's just what a you laugh, you lose is.
But I think they're both comparable because they're both really just.
Oh
really
no,
tough to watch.
I agree, but I'm just saying, you laugh, you lose. You have a chance of actually laughing at
Yeah.
something in those. You don't have a chance of laughing at anything. And I think you should leave.
Arguably the worst show ever put on television.
I don't think it went to television. It went straight to Netflix, I think.
Well,
But they gave it 3 fucking seasons.
yeah. And wasn't that guy hosting like a VMA or something?
I don't know.
It is
He does
so
not. He
painful.
should not be a comedy writer.
No, he's bad.
He's terrible. He's so
Did you guys
unfunny.
hear about what's his name? The guy that is like kicked out of is it the Emmys or the Golden Globes or something, and was never invited back after they tried to. What's his name? It's one of the British actors.
Oh, is he? I saw some guy arguing with Patrick Stewart on Reddit. What's his name? Reddit hates this guy, by the way. Like, they really detest this man.
Really?
Not Patrick Stewart, the other guy he was arguing with. I can't
Patrick
remember.
Stewart's the guy like from Star Trek.
Yeah, he's bald. He voices
Yeah.
the CIA director in American Dad.
Yeah, he looks just like him too.
Yeah, yeah. What is the other guy's name? He's kind of like heavier set, has some facial hair.
Yeah. He's British.
Yes.
He's like, I think he's a comedian or something. Fuck, what is
I
his
think
name?
I
Once
think
you
I
say his name,
know
I'm gonna
who you're
know.
talking
Oh my god, I
about.
don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to fucking find him. Was it the Emmys or was it the Golden
Was he on the
Globes?
show Idiot Abroad?
No.
No.
He wasn't.
Look up hated comedian Reddit.
There's probably a lot in there.
Reddit absolutely fucking hates this guy. Like they.
Okay,
really
I
do
have
not
the
like
wrong
him.
image then, because I was thinking of the dude from An Idiot Abroad.
Who was the most hated comedian and why? Not Bill Cosby, not Amy Schumer, not Jimmy Fallon. James Corden. James Corden. That's his name.
You'll
James
recognize him
Corden with
once
a
you
C.
Yes, hold on. I got you right here. Do.
Like they really don't like this guy.
I can't put a. Oh yeah,
He hosts some late night show.
He
I
was
think,
at
as well.
he was at a restaurant, and he was like belittling the staff, and they kicked him out. And then he made some half-assed apology about it.
like blah blah blah. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like, well, it was very unprofessional of me. I shouldn't have treated those people like that, even though I see them as less than human. So they threw him off like the awards for that.
I don't know if it was fucking him. I watched a whole video on it and fucking I don't remember what it was that he was hosting. Was it James Corden host Grammy? Was that it?
I mean, that's the guy that
might
did the
have been,
restaurant thing.
It could have been a like a smaller award ceremony show.
Like the British awards.
No, it was a big one. It was like the Grammys or
It was like the Grammys, the Emmys, the Golden Globes. I don't pay attention to that shit very much, so I don't know.
No, I don't give a fuck about him. The CMAs.
Oh my god, I don't remember who the fuck. I don't.
That's the Country Music Award.
No.
I'm getting like so mad because I it's like always it's on the tip of my tongue and I cannot remember what it was. But this dude, the last time he hosted it, he literally like just started shitting on everyone there, like aggressively. He was calling like people who were, doing shit with kids that they shouldn't be doing, pedophiles on live TV. He was making jokes about them. He was attacking them. He was saying shit about how like certain directors that make really weird shit that shouldn't be made, calling them out for all their shit. He called out everybody in that building. He called out that he could, and then fucking just dropped the mic and walked off. He at the end he was like, I don't give a fuck. This is my last time hosting this anyway, so I don't give a shit. This is the last time I'm hosting this. I'm just gonna say what the fuck I want to say.
I want to see that.
Wait, isn't
Fucking-
that kind of a good thing? He was calling like.
Oh
shit
no,
people out.
I don't think it was James Corden. That's why I'm second guessing if it was James
okay,
Corden.
okay.
I don't I do not remember who it was. And then he like basically dropped the mic and walked off. They tried to reach out to him like this year or something, asked him to come back to host to make it seem like it was a joke. He said, and he said, "No, fuck you," and just did.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, he
Yeah.
called him out, and he got a lot of shit from a lot of the
that
actors
just-
there.
Start here. Go for it.
Right, we are back. Camera had to redo the thingy.
It was in 2020, and in his monologue, he mocked Hollywood's Jeffrey Epstein ties.
Good.
And like he called them out for so much shit, was saying he doesn't care, he doesn't give a shit. Everybody in the audience was like the awkward laugh, like, oh haha, this is like haha.
You shouldn't be saying this,
is like-
Ricky.
So
He's
people
a good-
hate him for that?
They don't hate him, but like actors are really pissed that he ended up calling out everyone for it, which obviously they would be if they're doing bad things and someone
Yeah.
tells you you're doing bad things.
Good for him.
We didn't say who this was, by the way. It was like
Ricky
Ricky Gervais. And then like the next year, which would have been last year, or if they even did the Golden Globes last year, I don't know.
I think they did.
They tried to reach out, and I think they reached out to him and asked him if he wanted to host it, and then he put it on Twitter and said no.
Yeah, that was the dude on Idiot Abroad.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
he's I like him. He's
I
funny.
like him a lot.
he said no, this wasn't a joke. I was dead serious. None of this was a joke that I made, basically, and basically just shit on the Golden Globes and everything that Hollywood stands for at the Golden Globes. It's fucking awesome.
Good.
Good. Hollywood is filled with a lot of shit.
Yeah, that other actor though, I think is a pile of shit.
No, James
don't-
Corden is a
yeah.
pile of shit.
Yeah, he sucks.
100%. He sucks.
Is he
balls.
British?
Yes.
I didn't
think
know
so.
that.
I mean, that would make sense.
I don't think I've seen a movie
That
with
makes
him in
sense.
it
He's
that I
Brit.
can
He's
recognize.
The only time I've heard his voice was that video I watched yesterday with him and Patrick Stewart.
He's a
going at
late
it on
night.
stage.
He's a late night host. He's not. I don't think he.
Oh,
does,
Yeah,
like
I
acting.
think he's a late night host, and I want to say a comedian or something. I don't know.
Is he the
but
one that did
I think he's been in a few movies though.
Is he the one that used to do like the car acapella or whatever the fuck it was when he would bring famous singers on and they would sing?
no,
Or was
no,
someone
that
else?
was
I don't even
someone
know what
else.
that
Who the
is.
That
fuck-
was someone else.
I don't care. They're all the same. All late
Yeah.
night hosts are the exact
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, they all suck.
They all suck, and none of them really like what they do, and none of them really.
The
care.
only one who I like kind of really liked was Stephen Colbert.
Yeah,
I think it's just because Colbert was raw. He-
Yeah,
he didn't
I
put
liked
on a
Colbert.
facade.
yeah. There were.
It
I mean,
didn't
there were a
feel
couple
like-
of clips I remember seeing. It might have been like 2016 through 2020 around that era, where he was legit raw. Like he really went into it, like bashing
Oh.
people. He was aggressive.
Oh yeah, he didn't fake shit like Jimmy Fallon. Apparently,
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon's a massive pile of shit.
Yeah,
Well,
I can believe that.
Jimmy Fallon also just did the biggest Samsung ad in fucking Fortnite.
Oh yeah, he was in Fortnite.
When I say this was like the worst thing I've ever played, I mean that. So what you would get into Jimmy Fallon world, and you get in, and then it starts with there's a screen. You watch Jimmy Fallon. It's like he's on the late night show.
Yeah.
And he's giving a monologue to you like, hey, thanks for stopping by the plaza. We need you guys to collect all the Jimmy bucks and then go buy the Samsung gear. So what you had to do was play there were like two mini games. One of stomping pinatas, or the other one was like cup pong or something. And you earned your Jimmy coin, and you would buy Samsung gear. There were earbuds, a tablet, a smartwatch, and I want to say a phone. So after you bought all the gear, you had to go into the tower, and then you had to deliver musical instruments because Jimmy lost the musical instruments and they needed to get them back. Then there was like a quest in the tower, and you fucking did more shit. And all throughout all this time, like Jimmy is going on like, make sure to get your Samsung Galaxy smartwatch and EarPod Pro or whatever the fuck they are. And then when you get into the studio, Jimmy's not there. There was no Jimmy Fallon in Fortnite. Just videos.
He was never real.
No.
So like while you're collecting Jimmy bucks, like the game is still going on. Like people are trying to kill you.
No, it's not like that. It's a whole separate world.
No.
It's
yes,
a
it is a
separate
entirely
mode, I'm
separate
pretty
world.
sure. You know, like how Rebirth and Warzone aren't the same thing.
You have to like type in a special code to go into Jimmy Fallon world.
So your only objective
Is to buy Samsung equipment. It was like
I thought it was like oh yeah, drop into Tomato Town
No.
and go into the store and
Nope.
meet Jimmy.
I like that Tomato Town's the first one you go to. Not like Tilted Towers or
Tilted
anything.
Towers.
It's like the one you know, Tomato Town.
but
Just
it
got
was
wiped out.
It felt like I was looking into the future of ads. It was a playable ad. That's all it was.
It makes me sick.
It
That does
did
make
make me
me
sick.
sick.
And while we were doing it, I'm like, Kyle, please, God, take us out of here. He was like, no, we need to collect all the Jimmy coin and return the instruments to Jimmy Fallon so we can go see him in the studio.
And he's not there.
He's not fucking there.
I love Kyle, but sometimes he takes it a little too far.
He like, I'll give him
He's
the,
committed to the
he
bit.
is. He's committed to his bits. But man, that was a painful bit. It lasted 2 days until we got all the Samsung gear and
It'd
made
be
it
a
to Jimmy
fine
Fallon.
bit if it didn't involve everyone else in 2 days of your time.
Yeah.
That'd make it funny. It stops being funny after the first day and you're not done, and then the second day he says, "We're going to Jimmy World a second time."
Man, that's cringe.
It was bad.
That's cringe.
That hurts. That hurts my
That
soul.
does hurt.
That hurts my soul.
I think
bad.
it's still there. So if you guys want to watch a video of Jimmy Fallon World, you can.
I kind of do. I kind of just want to see it.
I don't.
'Cause I don't
I'm
know what it
good.
would look like, you know?
He's
Would
like-
it look like a Samsung store?
No, well, it looks like a city. There's like a plaza in the center. You're like downtown New York or something. And you collect all the coins on the road.
Modern day New York?
Yeah, modern day New York City.
Okay.
What else would it be?
I don't know.
You collect all your coins, and there's a Samsung store that you can walk to. Walk in, and you purchase one of the 4 Samsung gears. And it's quite literally. And, well, you have to go into a club as well. And you have to get the noise-canceling Samsung earbuds so you can find, like, a Jimmy coin or some shit.
You know, the only way that would be better is
Right.
if while you're in the club without the noise canceling Samsung earphones, it's loud as shit and there's no way to turn the volume down. It's a separate slider that's hidden to all players and it's loud as hell.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be really-
Fortnite would really hit the chug jug.
I'm not
with
gonna lie, if it was an indie game, that'd be funny as fuck.
Yeah, that'd be good for an indie game. But
Like if
not
you had an
Fortnite.
indie game that's fucking with you and that's how they decide to
That would be a
fuck
little
with you, is
funny.
Go get noise canceling earbuds and it's a hidden slider with really loud music playing the whole time. There's nothing you can do.
But I really,
I'd laugh.
I really didn't enjoy playing an ad. It felt terrible.
Yeah, that would suck.
It's like the worst. It's like getting like 10 back-to-back non-skippable ads on YouTube. And you're just waiting to watch your video.
But you have 10, 15-second ads.
Yeah, except we willingly went into Jimmy Fallon World. So that's the
Yeah.
only difference.
That'd be like if you went into a Call of Duty lobby and before every match you had to watch an ad.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe we'll get to that point.
I would.
That would be horrible.
That'd be the day I'd stop playing video games
Have you
entirely.
seen?
Yeah, same.
Have you seen those giant LED boards that are towed by boats on the beach?
Yeah.
No.
There are giant screens that are towed across the ocean in front of beaches displaying ads while you're sitting on the beach trying to look out and enjoy the view.
I would be so mad.
I would be
I'd
fucking
start throwing
pissed.
rocks at it.
Like the planes with the banners, that's cool because they're
That's
airplanes
fine.
and they're flying
And
by.
they're not.
They're
Those,
not in
They're
your
not
way.
opposing. They're not obstructing your view of the ocean.
Those ads too are like they're not for like Samsung or anything. They're like local attractions.
Yeah. So it's neat. It's nifty.
Yeah.
This is quite literally a giant screen towed by a boat on the ocean.
I'd start throwing rocks at it, honestly.
I would too. I'd do something.
Man, that would
That's
be horrible.
fucked up.
I'd do whatever I could to break that screen. Fuck them.
Yeah. Like I don't know, splash it,
Shoot it.
Bombard it.
bombard it. That's
Cannons.
fucked.
You know there's people with guns out on the beach. There's no way there's not someone.
Yeah, I
will
know.
shoot it.
Some guy's
America.
rocking his like
This is
Barrett
America.
50 cal, and he's like, "All right, don't worry, honey. I'm taking out the Samsung Jimmy Fallon ad."
What's the name of that gun that Jonathan showed us that TikTok of? the other
Oh
day?
God!
The
saw that?
the largest concealed carry, the like worst concealed carry weapon.
It was like
ever.
the worst home defense weapon
I've
ever.
seen that. I've
that
seen
is that a green
video.
text?
I don't know, but it's
I
funny
don't know.
as fuck.
I've seen that video like 12 times before he sent it to me, and then he said, I was like, I've seen this so many times, it's still funny.
Is it called like the Mac truck, the Big Mac or something?
No, it's oh fuck.
God, that
I'm
was
sure
funny,
if I this will be easy.
It's so funny.
That was so funny.
The worst. home.
Begrudgingly carry it and like hurt your
As you
shoulder.
knock the door off of the hinges, you aim
worst
and you
home
really hope
defense.
they leave.
The very worst gun for home defense, copy pasta.
That one reminds me of the musket one.
What musket one?
It's quite literally like the same thing, except instead of that gun, he uses a musket. He's like, "Oi, I got 2 blimies coming through my front door."
I would like to paint a picture for you. It's 2 a.m. and you hear a window break in your living room. This is the worst day this could happen, as every single one of your guns was lost in a tragic boating accident this morning. All were lost except for one. You look across the room in dread at your anti-kaiju rifle. You know what you have to do, but you don't know if you have the strength to do it, both literally and figuratively. Heaving the rifle into your arms, you load a 950 cartridge and begin to waddle towards the door. Your feet make a loud thud as you take each step. You know the intruders hear you. You hope they do, or perhaps they will run and spare the world the suffering that is about to befall it. You try to set the rifle down, but end up clipping your bedroom door, and it is immediately knocked off its hinges by this battering ram in your hands. You attempt to round the corner, bonking the muzzle against the door frame and adjacent wall across the hall at least 4 times. To your horror, 2 invaders stand there at the end of the hall. With a heavy heart, you raise the rifle to your shoulder while making inhumane grunting noises from the strain of attempting to some semblance of a shooting position. The burglars simply stare in disbelief, unable to process the situation they are witnessing, as if in a dream. You cannot aim the rifle, as the last time you fired the gun, it turned your $3,000 Leopold into a kaleidoscope. You simply hold it at an angle that appears correct and fire. You are immediately knocked to the floor as if hit by a semi-truck going 20 miles per hour. The shot connected with one of the criminals and it erased him from existence. Even the memories of him have been destroyed, and you're wondering why you just shot into an empty hallway. The shot continues to travel through at least 4 houses, a car, and a 10-ton boulder before lodging itself 20 feet into a nearby hill, never to be seen again. It is at this point you realize you cannot hear the surviving burglar. You cannot hear. The surviving burglar can't hear either, but he's also on fire from the muzzle blast and is currently vacating your home. You don't care. Your shoulder is dislocated and there's a hole in your brand new AR-50 refrigerator. You're crying now. The police arrive and, upon seeing the scene, start laughing. You start crying.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Luke, can you look up the...
It's the 950 JDJ.
I think that's the round.
Or no, that's the round. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like a pound.
It's big.
Yeah. There's the one with the musket, and he talks in like a British accent.
Case length 2.75 inches.
It's a pretty big case.
That's all.
I think the bullet is like
That's
twice
only-
the size of the
Yeah.
casing.
The diameter's almost an inch, dude. That's fucked up. So bad. All right, rifles.
Like that's bigger than a 50 cal round.
I think, yeah.
I cannot find it. This is fucking stupid.
The picture of it.
The rifle itself.
Oh, the rifle itself. Yeah, there's another good copy pasta though. It's like British home invasion copy pasta or something like that, or like revolutionary, something weird like that. But it's fucking hilarious. It's just like that one.
I'm going to read that after this.
It's really good. I'll have to find it.
It has a sporting use exception.
Yeah.
We can legally buy it as a Title I rifle.
They, I believe the person in the comment that Jonathan showed me was that it got that sporting use exception like just out of funny ha-has.
Really?
Like no one is going to, if you can't use that to hunt, it'll disintegrate the animal.
It'll scare everything in like a 50-mile
You
radius.
have one shot and then your day is done. You can't hunt anymore because
Yeah.
everything in the area is just like, okay, time to dip.
Yeah, and when you miss, you're fucked. So it's just pointless.
And if you hit it miraculously, you can't eat that animal.
No.
It simply evaporates.
It's gone. There is no animal. There never was an
Yeah.
animal. You forgot that it existed because
You shot
What was
into
I
thin
shooting
air.
at?
you erased its fucking memories. Why can I not find the name of this fucking gun? Oh, I found the TikTok of him. No, the video's not available.
No.
We'll put the link to the gun in the description below.
What do you mean this is the worst pro? I don't know what the fuck I'm watching now. I'm not gonna keep watching
It was the
TikTok.
Mac something. It had Mac in it.
I know it had Mac in it,
Big
but I
Mac?
cannot remember.
No, it was not
No, it
Big
was not
Mac.
Big Mac.
You just had gun at the end of that.
You could do like the worst Google search and just like Big Mac gun rifle.
Say sometimes that shit works.
Yeah.
Google's miraculous.
Yeah.
There's the video itself, actually.
Okay, it posed an interesting question. This is probably the worst gun for home defense. A 2.2 single shot rifle. It's a small and quick to point. A buried enemy is at least going to instantly stop whatever it hits. Good old fashioned musket is going to do damage, whatever. Shut up. And won't hurt your
I
ears.
think this is it.
Undisputably worst home defense gun in the world, and I have found it. Oh, it's the .950 JDJ Fat Mac.
The Fat
Fat
Mac.
Mac, also known as the anti-kaiju gun.
The Fat Mac. That's what it is. Okay, I knew it was
Yeah,
something.
it's an SSK 950,
SSK.
nicknamed the Fat Mac.
All right.
I wonder how much this fucking cost to buy.
It's probably
it
so
an American
fucking
gun?
expensive.
Yes.
Of course, it's an American gun.
I don't know. I just
What
You
kind
think
of
any other
question is
country's
that?
gonna build a
know.
50-pound rifle
I
that
just see like
shoots a...
Belgium going off the hook.
No, some guy in his garage probably thought this up
Yeah.
and machined it himself.
No, it's SSK Industries from the United States of America. There's nowhere else that's making a 950 bullet and a 50... Oh, shit.
What?
The weight is 50 to 110 pounds.
That is quite the variable.
Fully loaded, it's 110 pounds. What the fuck?
So is a magazine full of ammo 10 pounds?
Manually operated, loading by detachable bolt. Single shot. Muzzle velocity 670 meters per second. This thing goes 2,200 feet per second. It shoots like a 1 pound bullet at 2,200 feet per second.
The video Jonathan showed me, this guy had a muzzle brake on it, and he had it on a table, and there was a tablecloth under the muzzle. It was just on the table. And when he fired, the muzzle, or the shit coming out of the
Muzzle
muzzle was
flash or
so
whatever.
strong, it tore the tablecloth.
Dude, that is so fucking hilarious.
It's really fucking fun.
It is funny.
Let's go to the shopping tab on Google. No!
I feel like you can't just buy one.
It's a Title 1, dude. I could buy it. An 18-year-old can buy it.
I know, but like I feel like there's a very limited amount, and it's
Yeah.
not near, like even close to mass.
Probably like a
produced.
$50,000 gun.
It's probably expensive as
Probably
shit.
$10,000 just to shoot a magazine.
It doesn't take a magazine.
When
It's like a
originally
single
sold, the
load.
rifles cost $4,000, with loaded cartridges costing $40.
Woof.
They ceased production of the ammo in 2014.
So getting
Wow.
around would be expensive.
Yeah.
I wonder why they ceased making that. It's almost like they were losing money producing rounds for this gun.
Hey, let's make funny $40 round.
I like when companies do that. They make something like just funny, even though it doesn't make profit. But it's just
Like-
funny.
It just doesn't make
Like,
sense.
dude,
Yeah.
That's hilarious. There's no practical use for that gun. Not one. Like, the most practical use you can have is if you wanted to shoot down a tank.
Yeah.
That's like an anti-tank
And
rifle.
even then, that's the most inefficient anti-tank rifle ever. There's plenty of them that are lighter than that. That's if you want to take a tank off the map.
That is like just purely an intimidation weapon.
That is
You don't
a-
even need to shoot it.
No.
You
If
could-
if I was a home invader and I saw it, I'd be like, whoa, okay, yep, here's my wallet. I'll turn myself in right now.
The intruders hear you. At least you hope they do.
Since we're on, I kind of wanted to bring this up too. Since we're on the topic of home invasion or home defense, Have you guys heard of the story and or Netflix series The Watcher?
I don't believe so.
It's a brand new series on Netflix. It's almost number 1 right now. And I found it interesting because we started watching it the other day because a couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago, I watched a video on this. So it's a true story, and pretty much what happens was this family moves to this new house in the suburbs of New Jersey. I thought I saw something pop up. 657 Boulevard, somewhere in New Jersey. This couple moves in. It's like a $1.3 million house in this really nice suburb. They move in. Starting out, things are kind of okay. You know, new house excitement. You know, you're rich. You have a nice fucking house. Neighbors are kind of weird, but you know, they kind of pass that up. So eventually, they get this letter in the mail by a person called the Watcher, basically saying, "Hello, welcome to 657 Boulevard." He's like, "I am the Watcher. We have been doing this for generations. My great-grandfather did this in the 1920s, my father in the 1960s, and it is now my turn to be the Watcher." Is it good?
Yeah, we're good.
So this family's like, what the fuck? Like this random mail, no return address or anything. And they're like, well, that's fucking weird. So as time goes on, they're a little bit weirded out by that. They get another one. And it's basically this person is watching them, everything they do. They're learning everything about the family. When they leave, they're like, I know you have 2 kids. And they call the kids young blood. They're like, I'm glad you brought us young. Like, I'm glad you brought me young blood. And the notes just get weirder and weirder, and then like, the neighbors are just like weirder and weirder and shit. And apparently they go to the police, and they cannot find shit on this person. Like, there's no good explanation as to who this is. And this happened in this incident. It went public in 2014. It has been happening to previous owners of that house who lived there. To my knowledge, for the past like 6 owners that lived in this house, and they still have no idea who this Watcher guy is. And the people moved. I was reading the actual story today, the whole thing. I mean, the family that lived there in 2014 went through fucking hell. Like, they went through all this. They did these renovations to the house without even moving in yet. They never ended up moving in fully, and then the neighborhood started to fucking hate them. Like, they would like threaten them. They tried to like get the house torn down. The neighborhood told them no and shit, and nobody would buy the house. Like, they got so scared. They were getting threatening letters. They put the house on the market. No one bought it. So they were stuck with this $1.3 million mortgage. They had to buy another house way out somewhere. And then, like, this town's kind of small, I guess, and word started getting around. So, like, if they went anywhere, people just, like, harassed them. They knew who they were. They're like, yeah, you're the people at 657 Boulevard. Like, we know you're fucked up and weird. Like, the neighborhood, like, turned against all of them and, like, all their trauma. And they were like, eventually it turned to, like, are they doing this for, like, a scam? Is this, like, a fake thing that the family did for some reason? And, like, it's just a huge mystery. No one knows who this guy is still.
On top of that being weird, like the Watcher himself, why are all the neighbors fucking weird?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the neighbors when I was reading the story. I know the Netflix series has dramatized it a lot. Like, there are these 2 neighbors that sit out on lawn chairs and just watch the house. They're an older couple. And there's another lady who has a mentally challenged, like, brother who lives there. And apparently that guy, like, all the characters exist, but they're a little bit dramatized in the show.
A little embellishment.
Yeah. And it's just, I found it interesting because, like, I watched a video on this not too long ago, and then there's a whole fucking Netflix series about it. And it's really interesting because they have never caught this guy. They don't know who the fuck it is. Some people think it's a giant scam. Some people think the cops are hiding something.
I would think the cops would have to be involved. If you have an entire neighborhood, like, banding together to go against the people that live in this house, there's something bigger going on.
Yeah, there's
fishy.
something going on there no matter what.
It's weird. Like, they got the FBI involved. They got a private investigator. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, aside from spending it on the house, on trying to figure out who this was and, like, protecting the home. They got a fat-ass security system. They never, ever found out who this motherfucker was. And he's apparently still there. I thought I was reading that they tore the house down. and made 2 different houses or something like that. But I can't recall off the top of my head. But it's a really fascinating story. I know there's I forget who made the video on YouTube that I watched, but we should watch it when we get home.
I can't remember who made this video on YouTube, but it's another weird house thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know about the farm in Kansas that was the center of the FBI's attention for over a decade?
I don't believe I do.
It
So-
sounds like you just said the YouTube video verbatim, though.
It
kinda
I mean,
does.
it might have been. That's just how like everyone like words it, because that is literally what happened. So there was a farmhouse in Kansas owned by an 82-year-old man, and he started renting it out. Well, he would start. I'm gonna put my phone over here so it doesn't fall on my lap. He would start renting it out, and people would just live there and be fine and everything. And then randomly, the FBI would show up and accuse these people of identity theft, whatever else the fucking FBI would show up to your house for, like terrorism, shit like that. Wasn't them. Like they're just normal ass people living on a farm in the
It
middle
was
of
always
Kansas.
the renters would get.
Yeah, the renters would actually, the FBI would show up and try to arrest them for something they didn't do, and not even close to what they did. So this went on for, like I said, over a decade. At one point, they had a pardon, so that if the FBI would show up, they would show them this pardon from the FBI that said, "This is not us. We are just normal fucking people. Please leave us alone." And it went on and on until finally they found out what was causing it. The FBI looks up your IP to find out where you're at, obviously. Like, that's just how they find homes. The company that set up how to find it had to make, a center point where it would go out and search for all the other IPs. The exact center of the United States is in northwest Kansas. It's like some ugly-ass number around like 38.5 degrees north, 97 degrees west, or something like that. So to clean it up, they made it 38 negative 97, 38 degrees north, 97 degrees west. And that's the center point that leads out to all IP. So that's where it can start searching IPs. If it doesn't find the IP correctly, it defaults to the origin point and just outputs that instead of saying no IP found. Anytime there would be something in the FBI they were searching for and they couldn't find the IP of the person, it would default to 38 degrees north, 97 degrees west, or a farmhouse in the middle of Kansas.
So it just happened to be where this farmhouse
And
was.
that's where the farmhouse was built, on those exact coordinates. So the FBI would show up and accuse these people of heinous things and try to arrest them and put it on their record, throw them in federal prison, everything you could imagine. Try to put them on terrorist watch lists, accused them of anything under the sun that you could imagine would be like a terrible fucking crime enough for the FBI to get involved with. That was what they were charged with.
Sounds like a little bit of a little error on the FBI's end.
Can you do a lawsuit?
Oh, I think they got a lot of money.
I would hope
I
so.
think they got a lot of money,
Was
if
it?
I remember.
So I'm assuming there were multiple families that were living there over the span of 10 years.
I think so. I don't think it was one family all 10 years, but it might have been.
God, can you imagine?
Imagine for 10 years going through that. Let's see if it even says. Yeah, this is accounts of how they would just get. There were times where they would just get random emails from people that were bitching them out for shit that wasn't their fault.
Really?
Yeah, because anytime you search an IP, if it doesn't find the IP, it goes to that default address. So anyone that searches for IPs and it doesn't find it goes to
They're
that
getting
address, and they get all the shit for it.
Is that house still there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I
It
would
got
hope-
fixed. It got,
I would hope that would have been fixed.
but it got fixed in 2016. It was a decade from 2006. Not like when the internet was first out. The internet's been out for a little while then.
Yeah.
And it took them until 2016 to get that fixed.
I
watched-
can't even imagine what I would do if the FBI showed up in my fucking house.
I watched the whole video because it had that clickbait title that somewhere around what I
over a
said.
decade.
And it's all right, I'm interested in this one because how the fuck do you clickbait that? You can't really. That's way too oddly specific to be a clickbait title. And I opened it up, I'm like, that is hilarious. That's really funny. I think it was like a multi-million-dollar payout to the
I would hope
family.
so. I mean, that could cause people like PTSD and shit.
Oh,
That could
yeah.
really fuck your life up.
Yeah.
That fucks you back.
Like you could lose your job for something like that.
Yeah, so they had a multi-million-dollar payout, I'm pretty sure, for
Damn.
that. Which fucking sucks. I wish I lived in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, I know.
Kansas.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
mind
could
that.
use a couple milli from the FBI.
I think now the default IP is like the middle of the ocean, like just off the coast in the ocean or something like that now. It's some weird place that doesn't make sense. Or it's
I
like,
wonder if they still have to go investigate it. Like, send a boat out and be like, maybe there's something out here.
maybe they do. Or maybe it's like FBI headquarters. It's some
Maybe.
it-
I feel-
it's
I feel
somewhere
like-
that
I feel like you could write some sort of code that instead of having a default IP that goes, like, of course you have your default IP where it starts, but if it doesn't find anything, it tells you it's like no IP found.
Right, like
why does it
error.
have to default back to that point?
it's probably like 2 lines to add that in. The
Right?
hardest part is making it find every single IP.
Yeah.
If it doesn't find anything and defaults to the origin, all you have to say is no IP found, and that's it. They didn't do that. They just said it's fine. Don't
Yeah, there's could be some.
We bought it.
We bought it.
I did it.
Camera ran out of memory, so we're using the Sony now. Oh god.
Speaking of running, I'm running out of patience with you guys. You guys really need to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Also, check out our TikTok. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And our Instagram. It's also
TikTok,
pretty
we got
funny.
Reels, YouTube Shorts.
We do have Reels. YouTube Shorts been popping off, too.
YouTube
Yeah,
Shorts
those
do
go
keep popping.
crazy.
They do kind of go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I keep trying to clip more episodes, but I get really nostalgic and depressed and then have to stop. Because I'm like, wow, it's really not the same.
I know it is. It was fun doing it up here again. I do miss doing it live, like a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but I mean, we got to make do with what we have. So as long as we can continue doing it, like I'm just happy we can still do it.
That's true. I mean, I have fun. It's something to do every week
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
I like making things.
I do. I also like being able to talk about something I enjoy with other people. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. If like no one else I know liked anime and only I did, it would be extremely lonely to watch something epic and then not have anyone to talk about it with.
Me in 2018.
I'd probably stop watching, honestly.
It would be
that was me in 2018.
like Reddit's an outlet for you, or just communities like that, but in person texting like a friend.
Yeah.
That it just makes it a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we'll send pictures. Like when we watch shows, we'll like send funny faces in the chat. And be
If
like,
I
holy
didn't have
shit,
anyone
dude!
to do that with, I'd be so sad.
Right?
I
Like,
know.
I might see something and be like, I have no one to share this with, and I find this extremely funny.
Yeah.
It
That
would
sucks.
make my life so depressing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a loser watching anime. Now I'm a loser just watching anime, but I have friends.
Yeah. It is nice that you can just talk about it. 'Cause,
Oh,
like this isn't something you talk about. Like you're, oh yeah, I've been watching this good show. It's Shine Post, man. Or,
Yeah, you don't really just talk about that with your dad.
Yeah, like Jack from work and be like, dude, I'm 40. I have 3 kids.
I
My
don't
wife's
care.
a bitch, and I'm overweight.
I don't care about cute anime girls singing.
I don't care about.
I gotta pay the water bill.
I don't care about your Chinese cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. So it is nice to have like an
How's your
outlet.
Chinese been going, Thorpe?
He hasn't asked me about it in a while.
Damn.
He asked me about it. He's like, "What's Anthony doing?" I'm like, "Tim, I don't fucking know what my brother's up to all the time. All right."
He asked me that too. He's like, "Why don't you know you're twins?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't
Yeah, let me
like-
just mind link with him real quick. Hold
Why
on.
doesn't he ask you how you're doing?
Hold
Why
on, Tim.
doesn't-
He's moving an axle. 1 second. There's an interference.
That's pretty funny, actually. That's really
It's
funny.
like, I don't fucking know.
It's like just because we're twins, he expects us to like be together all the time.
Yeah. You guys got bunk beds? Well, used to. What's it to ya?
Now we're adults.
It's funny
What a
though.
goober.
A little bit, dude.
He
High key
sounds
goober.
like a mega goober.
He's a nice guy, but he's a
Yeah.
goober.
Hey, you can be a nice guy and a goober.
Yeah,
Goober's
yeah.
not like
It's not like
demeaning.
goobers are fucking assholes.
Yeah, I don't think goober's super demeaning. It's just kind of like
This
know,
guy's just a goober.
he's a goober.
Yeah.
It's so hard to explain other than just being
Yeah.
like it's a goober.
Just a goober. It's funny though.
Yeah, that's pretty silly. Thorpe,
Yeah.
how much does this podcast cost?
This is a 110% free podcast. We do not charge for the Hello Harem podcast.
100%. We don't pay them. We're not paying them.
Sorry, guys, it's a 100%. I was told that we are not paying you. We will not pay you.
110% means we give them 10%.
But if you do want to pay us, I mean, We don't have anything set up, so you kind of can't. That makes it even more free.
Venmo.
Yeah, just we'll link our Venmos. You can send us Venmo money.
That's about yeah.
What the fuck
I was really feeling like, damn, we have no way to monetize because you need 1,000 on YouTube.
What do we need to monetize for?
I don't know.
We've been doing it this
Money.
long. We've been doing it this long without money. We've been doing it this long without money. I think we can keep doing it without
Yeah.
money at this point.
I mean, look at our equipment.
Yeah, we could sure.
If you guys want this
sure use an
podcast
upgrade.
to not be the worst sounding podcast you've ever listened to, please send us money and we'll buy new mics.
That'd be cool.
All money that goes to us will first go directly into the microphones.
Yeah.
Then into cameras. Fuck
Yeah.
the Sonys.
Fuck the Sonys.
Sonys.
Average fuck Sony.
I'm glad that we're back so we can say fuck Sony.
Yeah, I'm half tempted to leave this table here because you'll be back in a month.
I will be 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Temptimo.
Well, guys, that is the end of today's Hello Harem podcast. I hope you enjoyed everything. If you found anything funny, interesting, or you want to leave a comment or concern, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell button. We have weekly episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
welcome.
that's about it.
Yeah, welcome back, Luke. We'll see him again well, you'll see him next episode, but like in person, you'll see all of us next episode.
It's hard not bro fisting the camera to end.
Yeah, I
you
know.
Yeah,
We just kind of look like idiots. this
yeah,
far
we
back.
just kind of. Well, it looks a little worse if you just like, you know.
Tomorrow morning when your dealer says,
Yeah, so that's the end, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.
What else?
Bye.